The story opens with Gabriel, a successful businessman, waking up in the middle of the night clutching his chest. He feels a dizzying wave of nausea and an ominous sense that something is deeply wrong. His wife, Clara, wakes up beside him and suggests he see a doctor. Gabriel agrees, concerned for his health but unaware that this moment will unravel a web of deceit and betrayal closer to home than he could ever imagine. At the hospital, Gabriel's doctor delivers shocking news. There are traces of poison in his bloodstream, and the pattern suggests he has been ingesting it in small amounts over time. The doctor urges him to observe his food and drink carefully and consider anyone who might have access to it. Gabriel is shaken. Who would want him dead? Gabriel's mind races. At work, he has two close employees: his loyal personal assistant of 15 years, Richard, and his beautiful secretary, Mia, who always makes his coffee. At home, his wife Clara is his rock, and his two teenage daughters are the light of his life. Could someone in his trusted circle really want him gone? Gabriel's first suspicion falls on Richard. The two have had a recent fallout over a lucrative business deal. Gabriel had refused Richard's demand for a larger share of the profits, sticking to the original 30% agreement. Tensions had been high since. One day at the office, Gabriel walks in on a heated altercation between Mia and Richard. Richard, visibly drunk, is harassing Mia, who slaps him across the face. Gabriel steps in, scolding Richard for his behavior and threatening to fire him if it happens again. Richard storms out, enraged. Mia, shaken, thanks Gabriel and promises to stay professional despite the tension in the office. Gabriel starts to wonder, could Richard's bitterness over the deal, combined with this incident, have pushed him to plot revenge? Unsure of whom to trust, Gabriel hires a private investigator, Mark, to uncover the truth. Mark begins shadowing Gabriel's life, watching his home and office carefully. Meanwhile, Gabriel grows paranoid, carefully inspecting everything he eats and drinks, particularly Mia's daily coffee. Mark's investigation yields an unexpected lead. Mia and Richard are having an affair. Richard has been pressuring Mia to help him poison Gabriel's coffee, promising they could run the company together if Gabriel dies. Mia had initially agreed but has been hesitating out of fear of getting caught. Just when Gabriel thinks the pieces are falling into place, Mark uncovers a far more devastating betrayal. Clara, Gabriel's wife of 20 years, has been poisoning him as well. The motive? Revenge. Mark learns that Clara recently discovered Gabriel had an illegitimate child with a woman in the UK. Gabriel had added the child's name to his will without consulting Clara. Furious and humiliated, Clara had turned to Gabriel's best friend Paul for comfort. Their relationship grew closer, and eventually they plotted to poison Gabriel together. Paul, it turns out, is the biological father of Gabriel's two daughters, a secret Clara has kept for years. Gabriel confronts Clara in their home one evening after the children are asleep. He lays out everything the investigator has discovered. Clara, cornered, confesses in a mix of rage and tears. She accuses Gabriel of betraying her first by having a child with another woman and prioritizing that child in his will. Gabriel, devastated, reveals that he had only included the child in his will because he recently found out about their existence and wanted to provide for them. He accuses Clara of destroying their family for greed and deceit. Clara retorts that Gabriel's betrayal broke her first. Meanwhile, Mark arranges for Richard and Mia to be arrested. Mia confesses everything, implicating Richard as the mastermind behind the workplace poisoning plot. The story ends with Gabriel filing for divorce and removing Clara from his will. He decides to focus on his health and rebuilding his life with the truth now in the open. Clara and Paul's affair is exposed, leading to a fallout with their social circle. As Gabriel stands in his office one last time, watching the sunset, he reflects on the depth of betrayal and the strength it took to survive it. Though scarred, he vows to rebuild a life founded on trust and truth.